All right, you guys. Hi, we are live. Been a minute. It's been a while since I've been on here. I feel rusty, but it's good to be back on. It is. I've been producing podcasts for Mosquito Grizzly Bear Head Lean Man First Nation, and I got a few other projects under the go. So back here to do these, kind of doing an impromptu podcast here, and kind of excited here to introduce a couple of young Indigenous people ready to rock the world, but we're going to get right to it. So anyway, welcome you guys. Hold on. Boom. There we go.
Thanks for having us.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Don't be nervous. Everybody said just chill, relax, have fun, enjoy. Okay, we're going to start to my left. To my left, we got Thomas Winrow.
Yeah, you got it.
Thomas Winrow, and then to my bottom, Thomas is actually Métis, correct?
Yeah.
Métis, and he lives in Saskatoon. And Dante Carter is from
Onion Lake. Yeah.
Onion Lake. So welcome to the show, you guys, and let's get right to it. Yeah, so you guys, my cousin asked me to interview some fellow students of hers who are part of an organization within the School of Edwards School of Business in Saskatoon. So I said, sure, because I do like to promote Indigenous success in all forms. So that's what we want to promote there. So, looks like Thomas, you froze a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah. You're good now, man. You're good now.
All right. Okay.
All right. Well, ladies first, we're going to start with Dante. Let's hear a little about you.
Yeah, so I'm a second-year student at the Edwards School of Business. I just declared my major as marketing, so that's pretty exciting. Hopefully going to take the path of law within the next few years and eventually work in Indigenous policy. So yeah, I'm really excited to be here, and we're here to talk about kind of the Indigenous Business Students Society too, which is the group that Thomas and I are both a part of, and we're both really passionate about making sure that Indigenous students are able to have the same level as success as other students within our college. So yeah, we're happy to be here.
Get one of these.
I think you're deadly.
Hey. All right, nice. All right, Thomas, what's up, man?
Awesome. Yeah, I am in my first year. I haven't declared my major, but I'm actually thinking about following the same footsteps as Dante, is going in marketing and taking law. But since it's my first year, I'm not too sure yet. And yes, since it's my first year, it's also my first year with IBSS, but it's been a little weird doing it online, but it's been really nice, and it's been a lot of fun getting to know everybody, even if it's just through, doing the webcam, but it's still something. And it's been nice to have just like a community, it's like basically the best you can get. So yeah, it's really fun.
It must be, I'm going to go back to this one. Boom. It must be weird. I mean, Thomas, you don't know anything about university because it's your first year. So, I mean, you're introduced on the first year. Dante, your second year?
Yeah.
So how is the transition from going to school, being normal, your prof's class, all of a sudden being able to high five, whatever you got to do, to literally doing this?
It's been a journey, and a bit it's so weird, you really have to be like organized and stay on top of things. And I'm already very skilled at procrastination. So having everything online isn't always the best. But it's good. I feel like some classes are a little bit more challenging than they obviously would have been to take them in person. But there's flexibility being online too. I got to move back home for another year. So
Got to move back to the res, man. Right on to the res. Is that home?
I'm actually living in Loon Lake right now.
Oh, Loon Lake.
I go back and forth to Onion too. So it is nice to be back though.
I used to work in OL, the Onion. Got a lot of friends there. No, what I've been hearing from students is, and we're gonna get into the Edwards School of Business. I was one that kind of know what that was about. And plus the committee you guys sit on, which is
The
IBSS.
Yeah.
stands for what does
Sorry.
IBSS stand for?
Indigenous Business Students Society.
Oh, okay, it's not IBS like when you're sick. It's like IBSS something else. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do want to get into the schooling thing of online because honestly, I would have thought schooling was. I think I would have excelled more when I was in university. And we had to go online. I think I would have excelled, but I'm just saying that I have no clue. But I think I would have because I don't have to be around people and I don't have to go to school. And you would think I don't know if you guys are introvert or extrovert, but introverts must be loving this thing and just being in their haven, eh? But I don't know, like what's hard about it? I need to know what is hard about online, Thomas.
Well, I'm an extreme extrovert, so it's been killing me. And
Oh,
right out of high school, I went to college, and that was really nice because you had like a regiment, like a schedule. And
yeah.
that kind of keeps you going. But now it's like if I want to, I can sleep until noon. Or if I want to, I can get up at 6 a.m. So not having like a strict regimen.
Adulting.
Sorry?
That's adulting.
Yeah, I know. But usually when you're adulting, you have a job to go to, but now it's just like self-driven and sometimes it can be difficult.
Yeah. What about you, Mel? Or sorry, I was reading another Dante.
Yeah,
Talking to.
staying on top of things, and I guess having been like it's my second year, so I'm not a pro at university yet, I would say, but definitely at least have my foot in the door compared to Thomas, who this is your first university experience online. But being in business, like we're so centered around networking and like meeting people, so definitely a lot. I'm missing a little bit of that interaction that we normally get being like business students, but we're making it work through whatever platforms we can to still try and network and stuff.
Yeah. So I mean, especially for the younger generation, was it like a big learning curve getting on doing this, like the Zooms and whatever other platform you guys learn? And do you guys do this? Like, do you guys hide your face? Do you guys just put on your name there? And then, like, when we were shut down at work, we had to use Google Hangouts. Literally, all of our screens at the beginning were all like this, just loving it. But I mean, after the month, 2 months, and all of a sudden we just put our name there, and you just seem like an avatar. You guys into that, or are you guys like pushing yourself to be like this and right into it?
I always get into it personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And why is that? Just because?
Yeah, I don't know. I just find it easier. It's like you have to stay attentive because then they know. Like if your name's just on there, you don't even have to have the computer in front of you. So it kind of keeps me, actually paying attention, which I've found beneficial.
Yeah. You, Dante, same thing or what?
It would probably be smart to keep my camera on for those reasons, like Thomas, but I'm pretty guilty of it. Especially if I have a night lecture, I will not turn my camera on, and I'll probably be making supper at the same time. So
it would be almost like listening to a podcast. You just put on your name and then crank the volume, and then you're listening to your prof. Like, how does it happen? Like, pretend I'm a prof. All I do is just talk and say you need to learn this page or this website kind of thing. Like, how does it work?
It
Yeah.
depends on the class.
It's what?
It depends on the class.
Give me an example of two scenarios and of one which is different than the other.
Well, so for number one, some of them are mandatory. Some of them, like you have the choice to go to or not. So usually the
Yeah.
ones where you have the choice, it's usually like the instructor going over a recap. But then the ones that are mandatory, they're going over lectures with you. And a lot of the times you want to pay attention because they'll say things that could be on an exam that's actually not in the textbook or, in the videos that are posted, or it'll usually be like a slideshow you can download.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
Weird. When I was in university, man, I was like 10 minutes and I had to walk around and get fresh air. I don't know if it was my ADD or what, but yeah, man, I don't know if I could. Okay, now I'm rethinking that. I don't know if I could actually sit down and it would be too easy to be distracted at home.
Yeah.
Right?
100% it is.
A good Netflix show is about to pop off and a new series is that you've been wanting to watch. And yeah, I get keeping the screen on. I get keeping the screen on and keeping yourself accountable, I guess, eh?
Yeah.
Tough.
Yeah.
Some days you don't feel like it, though. That's for sure.
Why? And here's the thing: you guys can't even man. What a time to be alive, and what a time to be university. I was gonna say you can't have this excuse of going out and like ripping it up, having a good time with your friends, and saying you're hungover or something and you couldn't attend the school, but there's literally the bars are shut down at 10, and you just tough, man.
Yeah.
Thomas, what are you taking first year?
Right now I'm in political studies. The first year COM 204. Honestly, I just know it by the numbers and the letters. I barely even know the actual title of the classes, which is interesting.
What are you taking? 204.
Yeah, literally, that's what it's like. Yeah. I just do the material COM 100. So that's business communications, I believe, or maybe not. And then 204 is intro to marketing, political studies, and I forget. Oh yeah, Econ 114, which is macroeconomics or micro. I actually haven't started on that yet, so that's something I need to get onto.
Hey, there you go. But your goal is you want to be a lawyer.
I don't know. I'm more entrepreneurial spirited. So
hey, there you go. I like that.
Yeah, my plan is to buy a bus and travel with my dog and just work with small businesses. Sounds really weird, but
wow, man. No, that's like probably one of the coolest things I've heard yet, man. Seriously, travel, buy a bus, travel with his dog, and help businesses.
Yeah, just with marketing, that's why I want to do marketing and law, because I feel like that's a pretty broad span of things you could do to help, and just experience different cultures and communities in Canada.
Marketing and law. So you'd be a lawyer marketer.
Yeah, I guess it.
Right?
I was thinking more for the paperwork side,
Lawyer marketer. Yeah, I guess. Well, I've never heard of that combo, but hey, right on. We'll get back to that. I like that. I like that bus idea. I want to hear more about that. Dante.
Yeah, Sorry, what was that?
I said I like that name, Dante. Dante. It's unique. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, class-wise, I'm taking I'm a second year, but I'm taking quite a few third-year classes right now. So things about ethics and consumer behavior, fun marketing, things like that.
Yeah. What threw you into marketing? Like, what threw you into business? Like, I don't know what your parental situation is, but like, are they into business, or is that kind of how you got thrown into it, or what took your interest?
I come from a family that no one is in business. Usually it's either police, my dad, my uncles are RCMP or Army.
What's your dad's name?
Sean.
I know your dad. I know your dad in a good way. He never arrested me. Your dad.
Good, because I know there's some not so good stories.
Yeah. No, he's really good friends with my buddy Corey, who's another
Oh,
RCMP.
yeah,
Corey
Corey's
Johnson.
like my uncle.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Crazy.
Oh, yeah. Corey, Frank and Barb, Janelle, all those guys.
Wow, you know them all? Wow.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I grew up in Mississauga for a little bit.
Oh, and Misty.
Yeah. but
Awesome.
yeah, like don't really come from a business minded family, but
Yeah.
my sister's like in sciences, so I don't know. I was like, what has no one done? Let's try that. Was basically my mindset.
I love that attitude, man, because the reason I like that, and the reason I started IOPPS, which means Indigenous Opportunities, to me, like growing up on my reserve, Red Pheasant, and around North Balford, there was like 5 things you could do. Well, that you were kind of shown at or pushed against you. And this remind you, this was like in the 90s, right? And early 2000s. I don't think you guys were even thought of back then, but it was literally social work, become a social worker, become a teacher, become chief and counsel, become a laborer, or like in the oil field, because that's kind of when the boom was, or go on welfare. Like those are kind of the 5 things, right? Like nothing else. Like if you heard of something else, it was like, wow, you never knew about that stuff, right? So it's nice, but I mean, I guess it's different now because you guys got all this, the internet and all this at your access. But I like it. I think not again. I love showing Indigenous stories like yourselves. Like a bus and travel with his dog and help businesses, and then your dad's a cop and there's like nothing businessy about anything, and all of a sudden you want to be in the business, right? It's like just because it was something different, and that's the attitude we got to have going forward with our people, is like showing this stuff. Cool. I want to get back to that. And so cool. I'm going to take a picture and make sure I'll show it to Corey so he sees this. Thomas, let's get back to the bus, man.
For sure.
Do you ever see that show? Sorry, that old show where that guy goes in where that guy goes up to the mountains because he wants to escape reality.
Yeah.
Hangs out in that bus.
Yeah. And then he dies, but yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a shitty ending, but I don't want to see her ending like that. I was gonna say not the ending. It's just that's where you remind me. You got the toque and the beard, man.
Yeah.
Man. All of a sudden, you're gonna end up in Alaska with your dog.
I just hope I don't have the same fate. That's all I care about.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So, I like marketing, right? Like, there's so many aspects, I guess, to marketing. You guys, Dante, you'd probably know more than me, but social media. All to that I expect, but the old things are gone. News, like the radio, commercials. What else? Newspapers. What else did they use? How old are you guys? So I can kind of put where you guys were on this.
I'm 22.
Okay.
I'm only 19.
Wow, you guys are like real young. So I guess you guys grew up in the digital age, right? So you guys, when I said newspapers, you're like, those relics with, I remember my dad saying those newspapers one day.
I do the word search. Like when I lived on my farm, I did the word search like every day. Like I read the paper.
Really? Wow.
Yeah,
like you lived on the farm, man. You probably had shitty Wi-Fi like the reserves do.
Yeah, no Wi-Fi. That's a big part of the reason.
Yeah, so you were kind of forced, man.
Yeah.
But, I guess you grew up on Misty, but they had good they have good Wi-Fi out there. I know that. They do. I don't know, working on it. Anyway, what I'm trying to get to is you guys grew up in this age like this. This is what you guys grew up in. Does that help you, do you think, going forward for marketing? Like, when I start talking about business stuff and in a conversation like this, my mind just starts going crazy. It's just all these ideas start popping off. Is that how you guys feel about marketing?
Mm-hmm.
Thomas, go ahead.
Okay, yeah.
I really want to hear this bus idea.
Yeah, see, the idea about that is that I think it's really easy. Van life is so in right now, like on social media, and I've been obsessed with it for years. But like everybody loves the idea of van life. It's really romanticized, and I know it would not be as fun as it looks. But that's why I want a bus, because you can have like all the essentials in it.
Yeah.
A lot of people pimp out like Sprinter vans, and it's like, holy cow, like how do you live without a shower? Like I don't understand. But I think it'd be really easy to market, at least to build a name for myself to start. And
So
it'd just be fun.
what would be your thing? Like guy in the van helps businesses? Like what would be your catch?
I don't know. I think it's like
I'm really intrigued about this. Like really intrigued.
see, for me, the nice thing about that is like cost of living would be so low, right? Like because like if I didn't need to leave, I didn't need to leave. Obviously there'd be gas, but I just like I just think the idea for me would be developing relationships, and I think just making sure like I don't know, build a good name for myself and making sure like I'm doing it not for the money. And I think that would be my goal long term. I think that could like not to use that for marketing, but I think that would be my ambition. And because I'm not in it for the money, I think that could work. It's hard to put it. I haven't thought too much about it. I'm more focused on the next like 6 years to be
all
totally
you know is you're gonna have a van and you're gonna travel and you're gonna have your dog with you. That's all you know.
Yeah, pretty much.
All
Yeah.
right. Trentus says eventually sign treaties with the British. Welcome, Trentus. He was actually I did a podcast with elders at our school, and we kind of brought in all these elders when they were speaking Cree, and he actually was translating and saying words, so it was pretty good. I don't know where he's from though, but I think he's from Big River down south, I think. Anyway, yeah.
Cool.
Dante, I know you said you wanted to be a lawyer, and nothing against lawyers. My cousins, I got 3 lawyers in my family. I don't know if Brooke told you, we got like 3 lawyers in our family, which is awesome. But why does everyone gear towards lawyer when they get into school? It's like, and it's awesome to have big goals. Don't get me wrong, but why is lawyer like the thing?
That's a really good question.
Cop?
Yeah,
You want to defend all the people your dad arrested?
I think it like partly stems from like kind of like like I have family in law force. One of my aunties worked in L'Orange for victim services, so like kind of a wide range of like kind of somewhat law careers, but I don't know, I really would like to go into like some type of policy or government position to make change kind of thing. But honestly, I'm also just going to see where life takes me. And honestly, I'm making so many connections through the IBSS that I'm not even sure if I really need to go to law school, or if that's just something that sometimes I think, oh, you know, you need that degree to be successful in life, when that's really not the case at all. So
you nailed that one there, and everyone else watching, it's nothing wrong. Like I got a degree. Does it mean like it made me successful? No. Nowadays and age, you could literally learn anything by going on YouTube. You know, if someone you want to learn, like to be a marketer, hey, you sit in front of YouTube and you will like if you binge watch whatever, you'll know how to market. You'll know how to be a Facebook guru, anything. You know, social media manager. There's nothing wrong with having a degree. It could even be your backup plan to your backup plan to the backup plan, right? Yeah. Like if the bus and the dog thing don't pan out, man, hey, you got your business degree, right?
For sure. And I already went to college, so I'll have a couple backup plans, so that'll be nice.
Yeah, man. Like, so going forward, like, I'm just so intrigued about that bus thing, man. I really like that idea. Yeah, really. Hold on here. I don't know what Trentus is saying. No degree, engineering and forestry. Is that what you do, Trentus? I don't even know if that's how you pronounce his name. Trentius. Is that it? Trentius? Yeah. I got a lot of family that are in the trades. Like I was in the trades. Well, I guess that's still kind of like school, but it's not. You're just kind of,
Yeah, I went to like SAS Polytech for a year for industrial mechanic and millwright, but I just like, and then after that I went into carpentry, and I just knew like I'm just not a trades guy. I need to be working with people, you know. But I don't know. It's still a good career for some, you know. Like I totally understand why people like it.
I was in electrical, and every single day I went to work, didn't even feel like work. Like I loved it. Like man, I still love it to this day, but I had to go back And okay, here's the backup because I have a degree. The world went to shit with the oil and all that, right? So I have to go and use my degree. So yeah, I guess having a degree is not going to be a bad thing.
Yeah.
But what were we talking about? Where was I going with this? I was going to go with this somewhere. I had a brain fart. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The trades, man, they are good and they're well needed. There's a lot of people that are getting older that are not, they're just not being in the trades anymore. So,
Yeah.
So, what do you guys got going forward? Tell me about the Indigenous Business, the IBS with another S.
Forget the other S, right? So, it's there. We've been operating for almost 3 years now. So they used to have.
Just put it together.
It wasn't us that had put it together. It was actually kind of a revived club by Jessica Marasti and Aubrey Pistonius. I don't know if you know either of them, but they both revived the club to be what it is today. So that was pretty cool. Years and years ago, they used to have the Aboriginal Students Society, but it just they never really got the support that they needed to actually thrive, within the college. So it's just been the past 3 years that we've been operating, and we bring in the second largest amount of sponsors within our college out of student group. So we're small, but we're mighty.
That's pretty well. Yeah, you guys are going into business. Yeah, I didn't even know you guys could bring in sponsors. So that's pretty badass.
Yeah,
sweet. So you guys got the president and all that stuff.
So we actually run with 4 head people is how we're made up, where everyone's equal in it. So just some people have a little bit more responsibility, but yeah, it's really awesome. We're planning a big conference for the university's Indigenous Achievement Week right now, and that's pretty exciting. So yeah, anyway. Sorry, what was that?
Through Zoom?
We're using Hopin is what the platform is called.
Hoppin'?
Yeah.
Hoppin' or p or hop?
Hop in.
Oh, Hoppin'.
Yeah.
Oh, Hoppin'. Actually, Hoppin' owns this software.
I was thinking, it seems like with the whole backstage, front stage, it looks familiar.
They actually just bought it. They bought StreamYard. Yeah. I think they bought it 2-3 weeks ago.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's why when you said Hoppin', I recognized that name, Hoppin'. Anyway, that is cool. I've never been in any part of kind of what you guys do, the businesses. When I went to university, we had some kind of something like that. I went to First Nations University, and when it was on Fifth Ave, now it's at FSN, I think. I never bothered with that stuff, couldn't be bothered. Like that Thomas there, I was thinking crazy ideas with the bus and the dog and entrepreneur, thinking crazy like that and trying to do other stuff and diversify myself. But that's pretty cool. So you're going to be doing a big conference with Hoppin'?
Yeah, it's going to be February 4th and 5th. So if anyone's interested, it's on our Instagram. But yeah,
we'll definitely have to share that. What's the main theme?
So we always have a theme for Indigenous Achievement Week that is organized by the university, and then we just aligned our conference to be with that theme. But it's all about walking into the future. So
walking into the future.
Yeah, so we're just working with a whole bunch of younger people who are part of Indigenous businesses or Indigenous success among youth, and we have some really sweet panels and some student panels. We're gonna play bingo at one point,
Bingo, eh?
Yeah,
bingo in, man, right now.
Yeah, we have a big cultural showcase at the end. We're really excited about it. It's kind of usually we have a gala, but obviously with things being with COVID, we can't do that. So we did the conference instead, and it seems like it's going to pan out really well. So it's it's pretty exciting to know that even though we're all spread apart, that we were still able to work together to do this.
Oh, that's cool, man. And Thomas, what's your role in there? Are you one of the four?
I'm the marketing head, but I'm new, right? So I haven't geez, I'm stumbling here. I've just been I've kind of been like helping out where I can with the event as much as I can. Like just because like I don't know as much of the history and everything, but just where I can help I have been, and it's been a lot of fun and a little bit of learning. I put together the itinerary, so that took a lot of effort that I didn't think it would, because I've never done that before, but it's been a learning experience.
Sorry, done the marketing? You have never done the marketing before?
I not for something like this. I've done like smaller marketing before. Like I've owned a company before, but it was just different. It was like, doing it all through Instagram or
boom, there's your marketing. And here's the thing. Sorry, I'm going to cut in here. You guys are all marketing and you're good at it. The reason I say that, TikTok. Everyone's like, you put on something, like I could literally just take a picture of that, put some music on there right now, and I'd probably get 1,000 views for sure, right? That's marketing right there, and you just add a song to it, right? You guys you're growing up in the Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok. I know your age, you're barely on Facebook. What's the other one? What do you guys use mostly? Instagram and TikTok?
I actually just got TikTok, so I'm just learning about that now. But for marketing purposes, probably Instagram. But even with Instagram, I only got it maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I'm kind of a little bit behind. I've never been a big social media.
I was going to say you're still young anyway. But Thomas, like both you anyway. That is where all the marketing is. If you guys know how to run story options, if you know how to do the right hashtags, if you know what I mean, you guys already do it already, probably.
Yeah,
you already are marketers yourselves. I don't know what they're going to teach you in this marketing world, right? But I mean, you guys are already coming in with a vast wealth of knowledge. Whereas if you went back in my day, which is like in the early 2000s, like I remember being in high school where like we were waiting for something to download like this. It was a picture. It was like like waiting, like anything to download. It just took forever. Now you guys get it instantly, and you already know how to reach people.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just comes to you guys naturally, right? So I don't know what they would teach you in marketing. Like, is that what they teach you, or do they what do they teach you? Like, I'm curious.
Yeah, it definitely has less, at least with the classes that I'm currently taking. We haven't touched so much on like social media. Like we all know that it's a tool and a concept that we can use when we're marketing, but mostly what I've been learning is more the psychology, I guess, behind marketing. So, what makes people buy this, what colors, what words,
colors. Interesting.
Yeah.
Positioning, marketing, like things.
Podcasts.
Yeah.
Podcasts. Well, go ahead, Thomas. Go ahead.
It's easy to just make a post, right, that people will view. But the thing is, you got to know how to make a post that people are going to engage with and people are going to respond to. And I think that's the big reason that, well, at least, I think that Dante and Aaron schools to learn that, like why people do what they do. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing is like no matter what marketing, like it changes, but it doesn't, right? The psychology behind why people are interested, that doesn't change. It's just the way it's delivered does.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You got a word. I like that concept there, color. I never thought about it, right? Like right now, you see this background, it's green. It's kind of like the Rough Rider colors almost, and on the side here, it's like green, blue. But like, you got to have that inviting color, then them to watch it, and like, this thing here, which is called an overlay, which I usually have on. Just got to have some cool little stuff going on. Mm-hmm. There's so many. I like marketing. Like I really like marketing. I just I don't think I'd have the patience to have some unless they were younger, because I know they'd understand. Teach me, I guess. I don't know what old to you guys is, 30 and up maybe. It's really old guys teaching us marketing about social media. I don't even know if he knows what TikTok is. Yeah. So your conference is called Way of the what is it? Way of the Future or
The conference is just called the IBSS Indigenous Achievement Week Conference, but the theme is Walking into the Future.
Okay, Walking into the Future. That caught me because the shit show we are in right now, nobody really knows when we go back to normal, whatever normal's going to be. What are you guys going to focus on? Do you guys have an idea? I don't know, like Thomas, Dante, you guys, do you guys have an idea of what our world is going to look like going forward? I guess walking into the future, like business wise, like what are your guys' thoughts on that? Like, box stores, malls, are they a dying breed? Are we just Amazoners now, or you know what I mean, buying and selling on Instagram? Like, what are we now? Like, what are you guys focusing on?
It's hard to say. It's hard to say what'll happen in like consumer trends. Cause like, yeah, right now online is booming, but that's just because it's all we have. Like, because things are closing, people are scared, but once things start slowly changing, like a big thing is support local, even with the online ordering. So maybe like, it's hard to say. Like, I don't think malls will go out of style. Like, I think, because a big part of going to the mall isn't just what you get, it's the experience, right? And a lot of people like that. And it can be a free experience. Some people just go to people watch or walk around, like, or something to do. And I don't see that changing. But
that is 100% true, man. Yeah, just to stare at people.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dante, what do you think?
I definitely would have to agree with Thomas. Like, I think because we're kind of just dealing with what we have right now, right?
Yeah.
But definitely when things start to open back up, I think we're going to see an influx of people going to the mall and doing this and, all the stuff that we were so restricted from doing because they can and they haven't done it for a while and they're going to be eager to go out. But it will be interesting to see once that initial shock of, oh, we can do everything we used to be able to do, when that's going to die down. And see what that effect is. I'm not sure what it's going to be, but it's definitely going to be interesting.
Marketers are going to hit your guys' age group. Like, they're going to be they are going to be throwing millions at your guys' age group, wanting to see what you guys are going to do, because you guys are going to actually decide the fate of where everyone goes going forward, right? Mm-hmm. Like, let's be honest, man. Like, you guys, if you don't want to go to the mall, like, no, the mall's not cool anymore. It's like, I want to meet all the boys and all your friends. This is how we want to do it going forward, right?
Yeah.
Now people are going to be, you know what I mean? Like, you guys are going to, but hearing now that you guys are saying you kind of want to go back to the mall when, like, is that what you guys want to do when the world gets back to normal? Look at you guys just hesitated.
Yeah.
That tells me right there that what we are doing is kind of the cool new thing.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. I think, yes, I'm going to be excited to be able to go out with my friends, go out, do all that stuff that we're currently missing out on. Like, we are, in our beginning of our university degrees, usually, that's when everyone's out partying, and into trouble. So definitely missing out on that. But I don't mind being at home and learning new skills, like how to be on a podcast,
Yeah. No, I get it. Like, I get it right now. I like getting on. I love meeting people, man. But you guys just told me a wealth of knowledge, because you guys, like, both you at the same time, you're like, yeah, no, I like this, And hey, Thomas, you could actually take that going forward for your bus and your dog thing.
Yeah.
Right?
And see, that's the thing is, like, I don't drink. I don't go to the bars, even when I stopped before they closed, and I don't shop. Like, I'm a huge thrifter. Like, I can't even remember the last time I bought a brand new article of clothing. Like, other than obviously like
I was gonna say I hope you bought brand new Gitch.
yeah, that and socks I do buy brand new. So like for me, like all I want to do is be able to go to the coast and go hiking or go traveling. And obviously, even now I could do that, but like I'm not gonna because they're suggesting me not to. So that's all I'm really excited for personally. But that's just because like I don't know, I just being in crowds just never hasn't been my thing for a while, I guess, even before COVID.
Yeah. And what about you, Dante?
Like I didn't go out a whole lot, at least my first year university either. I think maybe I went out like twice with my friends, but definitely hanging out with family. Like usually there's quite a few times throughout the year that my whole family gathers in Onion Lake and we have 150 people at my grandma's house and, you know, fun times. And my best friend and my sister are both getting married this summer. So trying to do guest lists, like it's kind of awful to be like, we might only be able to have 30 people at the wedding. So definitely not, I haven't changed a whole lot how I've been living, but there are definitely some things that I was really looking forward to this summer that I'm not sure are going to be able to happen in the same capacity.
So I really want to focus on it right now because I'm interested now. Plus, I want to go back to the bus and the dog. I'm really interested about that. But I really want to know where you guys' heads are going because this could even change where I need to push my business, right? But, you know, just saying, you know, Thomas, I kind of get where your engineer is, you know, like, you know, I get that engineer. And Dante, I'm still trying to figure out where your engineer is, like what you're doing, like where you fall in. But it's like, you know, you guys are basically saying like, this is the future, like whether we like it or not. And this is what we all got to get used to if we want to try market towards, you know, your age group, right? And I'm just talking about marketing because, you know, that's kind of where your guys' world is, right? I wanted to see if I'm on the right track being the old guy here. But, you know, thinking like, am I thinking in the right way? Like, this is where we got to focus on like these podcasts, you know, to reach you guys. And like, I noticed a lot of more people are starting to listen to podcasts. Like, you guys listen to podcasts?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, that's the thing now, right?
Yeah.
You know,
100% it is. Yeah.
And you know, like for instance, Dante, what do you listen to?
Podcast wise?
Yeah.
So one of the head council for our college actually has a podcast that's pretty funny. They make fun of business students and talk about all sorts of interesting things. So I've been listening to that. There's another one. Don't know if I can say this live or not.
You can swear on this show. And here's the thing about podcasts: there's no rules. I literally am the network. Like, if you know, you start your own podcast, you are the network. Like, you make the rules. That's what everyone's got to understand. Go ahead.
Well, there's one. They made a movie about it too, but it's based on a book. But it's called "My Dad Wrote a Porno." I'm pretty sure that's what the title is. But they did a podcast too. It's quite funny. It was a very like well written book, as weird as that sounds. But yeah,
my dad made a porno, or my dad wrote a porno.
My dad wrote a porno.
Oh, okay. And it was like a one show podcast kind of thing, or it's like it's an ongoing one.
It's not ongoing anymore. It's an older one. They made a few of them.
Oh, okay. I was gonna definitely think you were gonna say into the horror stories and like the 48-hour thing. I don't know. It could be me, but I think a lot of women are. I don't know why they're drawn towards that. Like those murder mystery. Those. Do you know which one I'm talking about, Thomas? You know?
Yeah, I've heard all about them. I don't listen to them, but definitely know what you're talking about.
You're like, why do you guys listen to that weird shit? And it's like, I don't know. I'm not saying you do, Dante. I'm just saying, like, I'm not generalizing women. Sorry for a lot of the women I know in my life. They like listening to that, and I ask them why, and they're like, it's just interesting, and I'm like, huh, I don't know.
I do get the attraction. I definitely.
Okay, tell us. Tell us, what is it?
I don't know. Maybe it's some sort of like inner darkness that we have as women, that we're like just attracted to, other darkness. I honestly have no idea, but I love horror movies. I love whatever. There's one, I don't think it's a podcast, but like I know my family and my friends all listen to it, but it's this girl who does like makeup tutorials, but she tells like murder mysteries at the same time. Like,
wow, that
can't explain it.
there is smart marketing. Okay, let's go back to the serious stuff. There's smart marketing. You're hitting two things. You're hitting that women want to look pretty, right, with the makeup, or even men or whoever wears makeup, right? That woman's hitting it. Number two, she's bringing in the other audience for the people that don't care about marketing, makeup, but they want to listen to the horror stories. 2 and 1 goes back to the busting the dog thing.
Yeah, that's picking up on TikTok too. Like taking sounds from like horror, the stories, and then just doing their makeup. Huge.
Huh. Wow. And what about you, Thomas? What's your podcasting?
Joe Rogan, always. I just love his interview style. He asks the questions I'm thinking of, so it's like I don't even need to stray. It's brilliant.
Are you into the conspiracies and all that, or?
Not really, no. I like when he interviews doctors. I'm really curious about psilocybin, like, magic mushrooms, whatever. But I like when he talks to like different doctors and scientists about them and like the benefits and obviously the risks too. But I'm just super curious about that. So it's been interesting learning.
So right there, like, that's cool. I love Joe Rogan, man. I could listen to him all day too. And I just like how he's like cool, calm, and collected, man. Like, doesn't matter who's sitting in his seat, like he leads it away, right?
Yeah.
But just going back to the marketing aspect, we've hit 3 genres right there. 3 niches, niche. We've hit horror, and this is all in podcast. We've hit horror, we've hit makeup, and we've hit, I don't know what we call it, genre. You talking about like whatever you said.
That's it.
Yeah, whatever Joe Rogan genre is, But I mean, like, I guess I'm going back. And remember, I said at the beginning of the show, I said I will tell you guys the podcast after this, right? And you guys even said you listen to the podcast, and like this is kind of where it's going, right?
Yeah,
you're hitting like, I want to know if they teach you guys this in school, is basically, like. But I guess I never thought about that, the psychology part of it. Like, you're speaking about color.
Yeah. A lot of it's like history and fundamentals in school, right? Like, it's just like trade school too. They'll teach you, there's tools that'll do what you're learning to do, but you want to learn like from the scratch in case you don't have that. Or if you want, to market to a different generation, it's the same thing to understand the fundamentals. So I think and they don't want to teach you everything. And a lot of it is changing every day. They can't teach you about like, TikTok trends from a month ago because they've already changed. Yeah. So you can't even do that. But understanding what people think and perceive is the more important thing.
How would you guys get more Indigenous people to go to Edwards School of Business? I kind of grew up in Saskatoon till like 2006 from me and Corey, where we worked together from like 98 to 2002, I think. But I mean, I know Edwards School of Business has been around for a while, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Like before, even when I was younger, was around, right?
Oh yeah.
How would you guys like getting to the marketing aspect? How do you guys recruit Indigenous students, or do you leave that up to like
Sorry. Yeah, like we recruit Indigenous students once they're in Edwards, but we're not allowed to really like recruit for students to come to Edwards, I guess.
When they get into the school, you guys just come join our committee kind of thing.
Yeah.
So do you guys just go up to them, or do you guys what's your strategy?
I unfortunately, like this year, I never really got to experience the whole recruitment process. Usually we get to like set up a big booth at orientation and do like a little club info session. And there's the big orientation for the whole university. So really big day at the university. I remember going there as a first year and just being like, oh, this is so cool. But sadly, I didn't get to be on the back end of that this year. So it was all just, again, like through social media, Instagram, Facebook, word of mouth, email sent out
TikTok.
to...
No.
I honestly, like, I probably need to get better at using TikTok and understand more how it works. But maybe I'll just leave that up to Thomas to
I deleted it. It's too addicting. I spend hours, and after like a couple days, I'll download it for a couple days, and then I'll be like, "Holy no!" And then it's gone for like a month. So I think that's on Dante.
I heard people, man, like spending like, going to bed at 9 and shutting their phone off at 2 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Scroll. I can't get addicted to TikTok, man. I literally go like this. I go on it.
Yeah.
4 or 5 stories, follow a few people, laugh, and then I'm done. Like that to me that's what TikTok is to me right now. I'm more of like a Snapchat guy. Like I love Snapchat, man. Like love it. I guess I'd like to see stories like people do crazy shit that I know.
Yeah.
Right?
Fair.
I can message them and it's like, holy shit, that's funny or something, instead of just seeing like random people you're never gonna meet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's just me.
No, that's fair.
Why did you like it, Thomas? Why do you got to keep deleting it and reinstalling it? What's the addiction?
It's hard. It's like you're laying in bed and it's like in your mind, it's like I got all these things I got to do, but it's like this is entertaining. This is right now. It's not draining. But then there's been nights I don't put my phone down until 4:30, and that is why. It's because like it's
straight up TikTok.
Yeah. Literally like hours. I'm not even joking with you. It's weird, but I don't know. It's procrastination too, right? Like it's like, and I don't know. I'm intrigued. Like there's just so many funny things, or there's information, and there's TikTok Learn, so you can learn how to cook, like garden, like it's just too much.
I literally just learned about TikTok Learn. I'm gonna turn on TikTok right now.
I've never heard of that. What does TikTok Learn?
Like the little light bulb in the top left corner. You click on it, and then it's just all like.
Oh, is that new?
Huh.
It was on it like a couple days ago.
TikTok Learn. You guys just, hey man, I never knew anything about TikTok. Explore feed for fun and informative videos across science, art, cooking, and more.
That's cool.
Yeah, and there's a lot of business gurus on there too. So like, and some of them are entertaining. So it's another, But this is why I had to delete it, because it's just too much. Because you feel like you're being productive too, because you're learning, right? And
do you think it's like the new YouTube?
It's hard. I don't think so, but I think it's gonna. I don't know. It's its own thing. It's like it's the new Vine, but revived, right?
Okay, hear me out on why I ask it could be the new YouTube, because our attention span is so quick now. Like I think it's like we don't like it in 3 seconds or something. It's like we move on. You see a lot of YouTube videos now that like Mr. Beast, a brilliant young guy who knows how to capture and knows that hour-long videos, 2 hour, just not the way to go. 40 minutes is too long. Mm-hmm. So it's like 8 to 12 minutes. He says he captures that. And then he uses these big words and he's crazy. I spent $1 million or something like that. Maybe TikTok is what? 15 to 90 seconds, isn't it?
15 to 60, I believe. But you can make it longer. All you have to do is like change the link, and it can be as long of a video as you want.
Oh, really? So we're talking, you can go like an hour.
Yeah, I saw a tutorial, and then I watched a couple videos on TikTok, and I was like, this is way longer than a minute. And it was, you can. It's just like a little difficult. It's the code. Sorry, that's what you got to change. The code in the video or something.
So I don't even know what that means. Like a code in the video on TikTok. Like, yeah. See, to me, TikTok is just like, I feel like I got to go to the Edwards School of Business just to learn how to use it.
I wish they would teach us that.
Yeah.
Yeah, my daughter, who's 12, and man, I remember she was on it at 10 and making these crazy videos, like editing them and stuff. I'm like, wow, like you got to be, and that's what I mean. I guess now you're these young kids, like, yourselves, like you guys grew up into this stuff, so you kind of know. I guess that's kind of where the marketing starts from, right? You know how to, like, you're already training yourself how to attract your likes and your views and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The thing I hate is I find social media really toxic a lot of the time.
Oh yeah,
especially the advertising and the marketing that's on it.
Facebook, man.
Oh yeah,
number one.
Ooh.
Yeah. Let's rate them in toxicity. Which word I'm looking for? Toxicity.
Yeah,
Is that the word?
Facebook's at the top for sure.
Facebook,
Instagram,
Snapchat is trying to get there.
Oh yeah.
Because I see people putting in their stories that are just shit that I don't want to hear or see. I'm like, I don't care about your boyfriend's problems or you.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see you do stupid shit, right? So I'd put, well, to me, I'd put Facebook and then Snapchat, and then Insta. This is my rating. You guys probably have different. Snapchat, Insta, and then I'd probably put TikTok. Or am I missing one? Those four, I guess.
Yeah, the big
to
one.
me. Yeah, because Twitter, I don't know if you guys even go on Twitter. I got Twitter, but I mean, who really goes on Twitter in our area, right?
Yeah, I only follow Elon Musk. That's it.
Oh man, love Elon.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started with Elon. That's a whole new podcast for me. I love that.
Did you hear about what he did? Like, I think it was yesterday and today with his tweets.
Oh, with Game Boy, or what's that thing? Game Stoppers?
GameStop. Oh yeah, and an uproar. It's been insane. Trading apps are down. People are like getting really mad. It's internet.
Well, you got the 1% wealthy there, whoever the hell they are, that those hedge funds that are you were basically us normal people, whoever's doing it, are shooting back at them, firing back, and beating them at their own game.
Yep.
And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Like it's the power of the internet, man. I love seeing it.
Yeah. But just to touch on that social media thing again, what the other thing I don't like about it is a lot of people romanticize their lives on it, including myself. I'm really bad for it, but you show the good. You instead of enjoying a moment, you're trying to take a good picture or a good Snapchat story, and it's I don't know. I don't like that, and that's why I periodically delete all my social media, like I did all December, because it's bad. You got to be able to enjoy it and not try to like make it look enjoyable for your social media.
What if they made an app that there was no filters, there was nothing, it was just take a picture or take a video, and it was like 30 seconds long, and you couldn't lie about anything. You couldn't lie about how rough you looked in the morning, how rough you looked in the afternoon, how rough you look in the evening, the zit you have or anything, right? Yeah. Do you think that would fly?
Yes and no. Like, you'd have to take the picture through the app, hey?
It has to be through the app because, it's a business, right? Say you guys, Dante and Thomas, created, and let's call it, what would we call it?
Realgram.
There you go. Realgram app. And what is it? It's literally the basic app of basics app. You sign up, and that's all you do. It's real. There's no filter at all. There's no voice changing thing. There's nothing. Like, it's basic. You can't do anything to it. You just take your picture.
See, I would love that, but with society is the thing.
Yeah.
Well, you know how many people in this world there are?
Yeah.
Do you know how many people think like you?
Yeah, fair enough.
There you go, Dante, right?
Yeah. No, I think it would be good, but I also feel like there would be people that would still somehow find a way to just make it look like their life is perfect.
Mm-hmm. Because your posts would be something cool, even if it doesn't look good, right? So it's like, oh, I'm walking my dog, even though it's a crappy picture, or oh, I'm at the beach, right?
What if you had moderators on that app, and you had to
moderate? How would they know that you're being truthful?
Just like what you said, walking your dog on the beach.
Yeah,
you're happy, and be like, well, we don't want to know that. We want to know what happened in the morning? Were you having a shitty time? Like,
So you literally just post the shitty things about your life. I kind of like that.
Maybe.
Book.
and that's real, right?
Yeah.
I think that would be a great app idea, just to post the shitty things about life.
I'm gonna get on that. I love that.
Just think about that. Like, you're so right. Like, how would you prove, like, because you're walking on a beach and, like, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't give a shit. You have a dog and you're smiling and you're in nice weather while I'm sitting over here in Saskatchewan just pissed, right? I want to see that you woke up, you were puking or you're sick or not sick, like dying or anything, but like, something, the real world, man. You know what I mean? You thought you were too fat or something, like something real, so people can start relating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right?
No, absolutely.
So now you're just twisting what society's built up to us for the last 15 years. When they started introducing, first it was the emojis, and then it kind of got onto the filters, and now it's like, I swear to God, I seen this one girl, and I couldn't even believe it was her because all her photos were filter. And I was like, damn, right? Like, it was like, wow.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, it would take a while. I think it would take off, but I think it would take a while because people be like, maybe like TikTok, I need to see real stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm having to, like, say you wake up crying. You don't even know why. Boyfriend, girlfriend broke up with you, whatever. Go into what are we calling it? Realgram? Go into Realgram and say, heartbroken. And then there you see Nathan just be like, she broke my heart this morning. Taking it real tough. We'll be posting again soon. Stay strong. Right?
Yeah. What I find interesting about that is, like, people use Facebook like that, but then they get made fun of for it.
I was just gonna say that.
But this would be this whole thing.
Didn't you just say how you hated the one person on Snapchat that talking about breakups or something?
Yeah, because Snapchat, I go there and my mind is focused already that I want to see funny things. Right?
That's a good point.
That's my focus. Like, that's like, I like seeing funny shit on Snapchat. Like, that's my focus. When I go on there, I already know Facebook is kind of like somebody's going to be complaining or there's some raffle or something. Instagram is pictures, but you're already set going in there. You already know what they've advertised it for, right?
Yeah.
So you're going into Realgram, and you're like, "Hey, I'm gonna get some shitty news. I'm gonna get some sobbing stuff. I'm gonna get I'm gonna get real life."
Let's just make ourselves sad. That's what the app is for. Sad for other people. That's what
no. It wouldn't be about sad. It would be. Because life's not sad. Life is beautiful. But I mean, the earth didn't create us to say, you need to put 5 more layers of freaking filters on your face for me, what I'm offering you, to be beautiful.
Definitely.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, let's fast forward 5 years in the future. You're sitting there with your dog. What's your dog's name? Max. Max and Thomas in the van, laying there, chilling out.
Yeah.
Max just shit all over the van, and you have a important meeting with this $4 million possible client.
In my van?
In your van.
I don't think I do that in my van.
Watch it say that's where you.
Okay,
that's
okay.
Where the $4 million client wanted to meet you, right? And he's like walking towards you, or she is walking towards you. Mm-hmm. And you got shit in your van. You're like, there's the real gram. That's real life, folks. Look at that. $4 million walking towards me. My dog just shit here. You know what I mean? Real life, man. Like, that's real.
Yeah.
Like, just real shit. I know they can put that. I know you would see that anywhere else, right? Like, for sure, that story, people would definitely not filter that one. But you know what I'm trying to get at?
Yeah.
Real stuff.
Well, it'll bring reality back, right? Like, no more romanticizing, and that's the thing that we need.
No.
Yes. we need less filter, just real, man. Like on here, you got no filter. It's just real. You know, you got to put that right light in there, but that's about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Gotta get the lighting right.
Well, hey, man, it's true, right? Like, you know, well, I guess there you go. There's even us trying to filter us with the light, right? Like, I just got 4 lights in here. And,
Oh yeah,
your glass, you got that ring light.
yeah.
I just turned on lights. That's
Yeah.
do not have anything fancy.
Yeah, I could. Oh man, real gram. You guys start a conversation about that.
Yeah.
Hey man, it would be sweet if it was Indigenous owned at the same time.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? Next business case proposition competition that comes up, Thomas and I will take that.
Yeah, I'm actually in one right now, but I'm pitching a different app, but I do like this idea.
What's your app?
It's called it's called Embark. And so what it is so you know, like All Trails, like the app where you can open it and there's trails, you know, nearby. So I want to take that. Oh, you've never heard of All Trails? Well, it's pretty sweet. It's just like if you like hiking, but I want to take that to another level. So I want to include like cool graffiti around your city, or like different art, different like just things to see, historical sites, just cool stuff you can go on an adventure with, like nearby. And then incorporating like small businesses too, so you can review businesses, but only ones that aren't chains. And so what I want, it's really good during COVID, I'm thinking, because, you know, you open it up, there's a map and it's like, oh, this is nearby. And you can just zoom in. You can pick what type, ghost towns, just stuff like that.
Did you guys hear about that guy in TikTok in Saskatoon who was like trying to bring business back to life?
No.
So he hid something in Saskatoon and like people were going to find it at that business, but he would like make clues. He'd put like a wall and say, come find this at this. He wouldn't say the business. He would say, he'd give clues to it.
Okay, cool.
No.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah. There was like he was on the news and everything. And see, there you guys go. You guys don't watch news. You're just more or less into and no, that's serious. Like that's serious. Like that's how I know about it. But you know, they didn't know that to reach Thomas and Dante, they didn't have to put on the news. They needed to maybe make a TikTok where Thomas stayed up till 4 a.m. and would have seen it. And Dante was on Instagram and seen that story whip by, you know, right?
Yeah.
Man, marketing's such a beautiful thing, but it's such a hard thing too. I really like the Graham idea though.
Yeah, I'm all for that idea.
Honestly, bring it up in your guys' next conversation. I don't know when you guys are meeting again or how you guys do it, but yeah, bring that up in a conversation, man. There might be. Sure. I know, you know what? Brooke's boyfriend actually develops apps.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. You guys might know somebody too. I don't know. There might be an easy way to make an app too. Maybe
my best friend and I have made 2 just for fun. So
there you go, man. So you already know what to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it would be, I'm guessing it would be simple coding because there's nothing to it.
No, exactly. Yeah.
It's like simplify the shit out of this and yeah, man. And yeah, take a picture. Yeah. Huh. Anyway, I don't know. We're just all over here the place. I love it, man. I love it. Yeah. So, hey, we've been chatting for an hour already, an hour and 10 minutes almost. See, they go for this, Dave.
Yeah, that flew by. Wow.
That's what I tell people, man. Like, put 3 hours max. If you guys are ever going to host a podcast, 3 hours for your shows.
Yeah.
Because people are like, no, well, and now I don't even know for a half hour. You get in the conversation just like how we did.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're talking about your business, and all of a sudden, an hour later, we're talking about real Graham. You know what I mean? It just goes everywhere.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, I don't know. So what do you guys think tonight about the podcast and just learning stuff and doing this?
I loved it. This is so much fun.
See, I get that. Not literally 9.5 times out of 10, man. You get that reaction. This is fun, and I want to do this again.
Yeah.
Like Thomas, you already set up, man. You got the mic, you got the light.
I just need better internet, and I'm gonna get on it. Honestly.
Hey, man. I'm on res Wi-Fi, legit 5 megabits per second. I do not want to hear no excuses.
All right. I'll get on it.
I do not want to hear no excuses. Hey, man, I had a blast. Definitely would like to have you guys on again. Hey, man, we could even bring more friends, whatever you guys want to do.
I'd
Um,
love to. Yeah.
yeah, definitely. But thanks for joining. And what I usually do is I say my goodbyes to the audience and I give you guys screen time. So I guess we'll start with Thomas, you'll go, and then Dante will end with you. And then you guys stay on after the show. Don't sign out, all right?
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, you guys, with that, man, I am out of here. Tune into next time. I'm trying to do every Monday, but it is what it is. When we just go. With that, you guys have a good night. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you at the next one. All right.
And thanks for having me, Nathan. I really appreciate it. And make sure you check out our IBSS Instagram and sign up for our Indigenous Achievement Week conference. And yeah, thanks for having me. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, thanks for having us, Nathan. It was awesome just to chat and see all the crazy places that the conversation just flowed. So yeah, thanks for having us. And yeah, like Thomas said, check out the IBSS Instagram to learn more about our conference.